Hi guys, it's Coach Anthony back at you with another edition of Animate, bringing chess to life. Today I'm going to focus on the chessboard, the battlefield, the 64 squares where the magic happens, a place where some brilliant minds have shone their light so brightly in legendary battles that have been immortalized over the centuries. Walk with me into the gymnasium of the mind and gradually improve our mental strength. Okay guys, so the board is made up of 64 squares, and those 64 squares are arranged into ranks, files and diagonals. Now we're going to begin with the ranks. So you may notice these squares I'm highlighting. This whole horizontal block is known as a rank, and you might notice there's a number by this rank, which is number 1. So this is not the 1 rank, this is the first rank, and I'm guessing you guys will be able to easily guess what this rank might be, and that is the second rank. And hopefully you get the picture. That's the third rank, fourth rank, fifth rank, sixth rank, seventh, eighth. Okay, so the board, the horizontal lines are known as ranks. The vertical lines, or this vertical block, is known as a file, and you may see there's a letter underneath there, so this is the A file, and I'm guessing you're gonna say this is just simply easy peasy because that file is the B file, and I'm guessing you can work out what all the other files are. Okay, so that's why we have letters and numbers on the board. The letters tell you what file it is, and the numbers tell you what rank it is. There's also something else the board's made up of, and that is, you guessed it, diagonals. From one edge of the board to the other. These are diagonals. Now, here's a quiz for you. If you pause the video and we see that we've got some different type of diagonals, I'll highlight one more diagonal for you, like this. Can you work out how many diagonals are on a chessboard? Hopefully you did pause your video and you've come up with that magic number 26. 26 diagonals on the chessboard. 13 white and 13 dark squares that make up the diagonals on the chessboard. Okay, so that's what the chessboard is divided into. The 64 squares themselves, they all have their individual names, and I don't mean Sue, and I don't mean Adita, I don't mean Melina. What I do mean is, if we highlight this square over here, we can work out, looking at the file that it's on the E file, and it's also on the second rank. So this square is E2. So let's try this square over here. Give you a moment, hopefully you can work that out very quickly. So hopefully you've come to the answer D5, and we can see that it's on the D file, It's on the 5th rank, so therefore that square is d5. Okay, so every single square, you can pick any square you want and test yourself. We'll do one more just for good measure. We'll do this one here, and hopefully you've come up with the answer. G file first, 7th rank, so that square is G7. Excellent. So the red arrows mark out white's half of the board. That's going from the 1st rank to the 4th rank. The green arrows mark out black's half of the board, going from the 8th rank to the 5th rank. Now this is very important to understand, because later on when you're going to have battles, it's important that some pieces you try to not allow them to begin to live in your half of the board. So it's important to understand when these pieces are getting a bit too close for comfort. But we're going to see that later on in full effect. We have some squares highlighted in green and in red. But for now, those squares in green and red, those 16 squares known as the outer center, these are very important squares, as the team who controls these squares more or has more pieces sitting in these squares will tend to have greater control of the game. So imagine it just like a game of tennis. If you control the center, then it means you can easily attack on either side, and hopefully you can get your opponent off balance and score a point and win pretty easily. Or even take it like the football field. I mean, the centre being the most important part, because the team that controls the centre has a better chance of attacking and also has a better chance for defence. The squares in red are the key central squares: D5, D4, E4 and E5. And as we delve deeper and deeper into this world of chess, you'll find that the battle is always raging for the center of the board and how important this battle becomes. But we will see that later on, and we're also going to see how the board and the pieces, what effect they have on one another. So keep studying, guys, keep watching the different videos, and I'll catch you all on the next video.